going on, guys? Today's video is going to be on some more rumors that I found on Reddit, and it includes something about a unicorn Pokemon. Now, to my knowledge, we already have Pokemon that kind of resemble a unicorn, but I think I'm getting ahead of myself. Roll the intro. Okay, as always, guys, I'm going to put whatever I'm talking about up on the screen, and I usually give these rumors the benefit of the doubt, and I don't really just, I go in just like, okay, they're real, and then when they say something that's like completely fake, I just, okay, that's fake. Like, so I'm trying to be as fair as possible. I'm not trying to let my bias of just thinking everything's fake just take over the entire video. So let's jump right into it. The starters. Grookey becomes a kind of bard. Okay, that's completely in line with everything that we've heard so far. So good start. Grass fairy. Bad start. Not female. Okay, so this is like a weird thing. It's not really a gripe or to like get into this whole male female thing, but there are definitely Pokemon that I think look female, male or female. Obviously, because we have a Nidoqueen and a Nidoking, but when it comes to the starter Pokemon, the only ones that really jump out at me that scream male or female is Delphox. Delphox really just, because it literally has a dress. I'm not saying that like males can't wear a dress. If you want to wear a dress, it's up to you, but I think even when you play Pokken, Braxton, actually funny, I played Braxton in Pokken. When I did play it, it was portrayed as a female. So I'm not sure if that was something they were going for the design wise, to make it purposely look like a female when they initially made it, because I don't think they initially made Braxton with Pokken in mind. So let's move on. Uses the stick as a flute. Okay, that's a cool way of incorporating the whole music thing into it. We've seen drums before or something else along those lines, and that's pretty awesome. So it's a new take. I like that, fresh take. Squirrel Bunny becomes a knight. Fire Steel. Okay. Can you have a rabbit as a knight? Can you see a rabbit as a knight is the question. I think I can. Maybe I'm picturing Bugs Bunny, maybe an old cartoon where he like had a knight costume on and he was like messing with Daffy or something. Maybe that pops into my head. But I don't have a problem with that if it's real. So Sobel becomes a big chameleon that looks like it's an evil mage or something like that. Water Ghost. Okay. So that's in line with everything else we've heard. Water Ghost is the consistent Sobel, the Sobel guess. Big chameleon, definitely see that happening. Okay, some lizard of some kind, because he's definitely I don't want to say reptile, but maybe amphibian would be more accurate. That makes the most sense to me. Evil mage. Okay, I'd love to see that. I would love to see it. I see Sobel, or however you pronounce it, as like a really docile, timid Pokemon, is the way that they portrayed it in the trailer. So I could be wrong on that. It could be, he could definitely progress, because Charmander starts out as this really happy looking Pokemon, and eventually like Ash's Charizard just looks like he's just mean. He's just a mean Pokemon. So the professor is a female and is called Holly. Is there a holly tree? Like a holly? Usually the professors are named after trees. So I'm not sure. Is there a holly tree? I don't want to say yes or no out of ignorance, so I'm just gonna leave it as okay. Female professor, awesome. Name is Holly. I don't know if it's Holly's actual tree. Moving on. More than 100 new Pokemon. Can't remember the exact number. Okay, that's fair. I think we've heard between 60 something and up. So 60 something, and I think we've heard 90 something, 100, 115, and I don't think I haven't heard anything over 120. So I think they're trying to keep it in the believable range. If this is fake or they're just trying to have fun, that's whatever. Mega Evolutions return. Okay, so I like that. That's awesome. Mostly Sinnoh. Starters included. Mostly Sinnoh. So this is saying that they're going to add more Mega Evolutions, but they're going to be Sinnoh Pokemon. In my head, that's fake. Because I think you would wait for the Sinnoh remakes to actually give us like the Sinnoh Mega Evolutions. In my head, that just makes sense to me. Kalos and Galar itself, all the others got a few megas except for Alola. Okay, so I'm calling this fake. that entire line, that bullet they just made, I'm calling that entire thing fake, because I don't think they're gonna. If they do Galar Mega Evolutions, it would have to be some Pokemon that already existed prior to this, and they're giving it one here because if it's like a Galar thing, but that wouldn't be a Mega Evolution. That would be the Armor Evolution. So I don't think that's real. I don't think this is real. Z moves have basically been yeeted. Oh, nice. You can get them, but they get no focus. Okay, that's fair enough. So it's very similar to the Sun and Moon games. They actually exist. The Mega Evolution exists, but they don't really get focused until towards the end game, which is fine because they're trying to introduce this new mechanic. They're not going to have it be overshadowed by something that we love from a previous game. Makes sense. Regional forms return, mostly Johto and a few from Hoenn. So I've heard the Johto forms before, and I'm completely open to that idea. But it also depends on the Pokemon. That's just me being biased. Depends on which Pokemon. I would love to see a Mareep or Hoo variant. That's just me. So I'll try to keep this as short as I can. But the legendary wolves are indeed involved in the Kalos War. Okay, so we're linking the two games together. We've seen that before. There's even been a war according to the Kanto region games that Lieutenant Surge took place in, but they call him the Lightning American. So I don't know how that plays out with the real world aspect. And Team Regal wishes to bring back royalty to Galar. I know it's weird. Okay, so this is implying that so the evil team's name is Regal. All right, and they're trying to bring back royalty, as in something happens where the royalty doesn't exist anymore, or they're around but they're not in the position they were in. I know it's weird. Okay, that's fine. The team name, I'm not even gonna try to get into that. It sounds like they're more like liberators. Mostly the teams have been some kind of evil organization that's in disguise or something of the sort. But to have them try to do something that bring royalty back into place, I'd love to see the aspect play out before I give judgment on it. I don't say, oh, it's terrible. I'm just gonna wait till they show us, and then I'll make my judgment on it later on. Moving on. So the Route 1 bird is a magpie. Dark flying, likes to steal shiny stuff. Pretty design. Okay, that's cool. I like that. That's an awesome twist on the regional bird. So I remember, I think I went to Australia a little bit for some work stuff, and I was told that the birds there, I think they were magpies, they would like peck at you. So if you were like riding on a bike, to make sure you wear your helmet, and they were very aggressive. So I like that. It kind of gives me that sparrow vibe. If you recall the first episode of Pokemon where Ash was attacked by multiple sparrows because they have like a really bad attitude. I like this dark flying for magpie. They are dark color, but I believe they are black color birds. I remember seeing one. I don't think I ever saw one. I was just told about it when I was there. Okay, so moving on. The rodent is a normal ice hedgehog. Really cute. 11 out of 10 would capture. Okay, so that would make it 4 times weak to fighting, I believe. That's fine. That's ice hedgehog. That kind of reminds me of Sandslash, the yellow balloon variant. But we can definitely have another one. No problem there. The bug is a monarch butterfly bug flying. The design is pretty, but nothing too interesting. Okay, monarch butterfly. What kind of butterfly is Beautifly? Because I know Dustox is it's like a moth, isn't it? At least I think so. Some form of it. A fairy steed corgi. Normal fairy. Cute. ASF. And I die for it. Okay. I would love to see a corgi Pokemon. I think Vegeta and I would love to see that. I would love a corgi Pokemon. So I hope every rumor about this corgi Pokemon is true. That's me being biased. Fairy steed. What is steed? Because it says normal and fairy is the typing. Okay. Fairy steed. So steed, I mean, kind of reminds me of like horse. You're saying that the corgi Pokemon is going to be rideable, similar to like Go-Goat in X and Y. Okay. That's fine. That's awesome. It sounds strange, but I'm all for it. A grass ground elf troll. Okay, that's another awesome thing that I don't think we've seen before. Do we have a troll Pokemon? I don't think we do. If we do, someone correct me in the comments for sure. Just let me know that I'm missing something. 2 pseudo legendaries, a unicorn flying and a cool armored dragon. So unicorn flying. Okay, That's, oh, okay. I don't know. I almost read that as just legendaries, but I said let's pseudo legendaries. Okay, that's fine. We've seen the dragon type happen before. I think we've had 2 pseudo legendaries in the past. I'm not sure if you're counting the Salamence and Metagross, or are we calling those both pseudo legendaries for Hoenn? That's perfectly fine. I'm cool with this one. The unicorn is, I think we've already had a unicorn Pokemon though, seriously. We've had Rapidash is a horse, but it does have like a the horn on it to make it a unicorn, and then we also have Keldeo. So another one. Pokemon is no stranger to using the same design twice, but in a different way. That's perfectly fine. I have no qualms with this. So 2 new evolutions, Steel and Dragon, perfectly believable based on the region that we have. Steel being the whole knight aspect of the UK, and then Dragon because of course knights and dragons are usually synonymous in multiple stories in pop culture. Perfectly fine. I like that idea. Noctowl regional form. Wow, I was just talking about this. Psychic flying. Resembles Merlin. That's okay. I can see that. I could love to see that happen. That's awesome. Dope. Okay. Steel Dark Granbull regional variant. Steel. I can see him being a steel type. I can definitely see Granbull being a steel type because of like his fangs could be like a different coloring than his previous. Like I believe his previous form, or his form is like it's all pink, but to have like his fangs a different color, that would be awesome. So Water Fire Torkoal. That just Water Fire sounds like Volcanion to me. So because I mean, isn't that not what Volcanion is? He's just a Water Fire Torkoal. That makes no sense to me. So Scolipede gets Bug Ice form. That's a strange Pokemon to give a new form to. I think Scolipede was really that like love that he warrants a new form, or I mean, would they do it based on popularity? Would they? I mean, if we were gonna do that, Flygon would probably already have a Mega, or I think it was supposed to have a Mega and it was left on the cutting room floor, which is perfectly fine. But I don't think Scolipede is the Pokemon to give a new form to. That's just me in my head. I don't believe that. Perfectly fine. These rumors weren't too bad. I'm definitely gonna put these in the 100% fake category. But they have some really awesome ideas. I like where they were going with some of the ideas and the Pokemon they listed here that possibly existed. Especially I like the Magpie thing and the thing about the Noctowl. In the pseudo legendaries, I don't have a problem with that. But the Corgi Pokemon is something that almost has to happen. If you're gonna put Pokemon in the UK, you can't just skip over the Corgi Pokemon that the Queen of England loves so much. You can't do that, and I don't think Pokemon's gonna do that. And so I'm getting me a Corgi Pokemon. I don't care. It has to happen. So I think that'll be it for this video, guys. You take care. Peace, love, and Pokemon, all of you. Dom out.